Let's do a quick tour of my 29-gallon dart frog enclosure. Let's zoom in a little bit, and you can see there's one of the frogs. There's three. This is my male Dendrobates leucomelas here. Here's one of my females sitting atop a bunch of live sphagnum moss. Sphagnum moss can grow in a lot of moist vivaria, and this patch is thriving here. Next to it you can see some Windelove Java fern. There's some moss. There's Christmas moss and Java moss in here. There's this plant, I'm not even sure what it is, but it's thriving in here. When I zoom out a little bit, you can see this is a Neoregelia Chiquita Linda bromeliad. This is a Neoregelia gremlin bromeliad, and this one's called Neoregelia redbird. This plant, I'm not sure what it is, but it thrives in here and I have to cut it back frequently. And then in many spots of the vivarium you see this. This is Ficus quercifolia, or oak leaf fig, also known as string of frogs. Has that almost ivy shape to it, and a minuscule leaf. I've got a lot of that growing in here. A bunch of it here with some more moss. And let's zoom in and look at the geckos. Here is a juvenile mourning gecko. There are a number of them in here. There's another one right over here. You can see its eye kind of glinting there, reflecting some light. There's a number of those in here, reproducing population. There's some more of the Windelove Java fern. Seems to be doing really well in this dimmer corner, which is not a surprise. It tends to thrive in low light. Some cocoa huts. There's one of the females right there. And you can see that there are lots of oak leaves down at the bottom of the vivarium. And it's got the any herb substrate, multi-layer substrate here, making sure that it keeps the substrate aerobic and yet moist, which tends to work really well for this type of vivarium. And now I'm going to give the frogs a little snack. These are dusted melanogaster and Heidii fruit flies. The mourning geckos do well on these, and I supplement the mourning geckos diet with crested gecko diet as well, which they do really well on. And I often provide a feeding station, whether the crested gecko diet or a piece of fruit in there, that the fruit flies gather around. It makes it easier for the frogs to kind of mop up the remaining flies. And here's a slow motion clip of this frog catching one of the fruit flies.